Hey up everyone, what's going on? Welcome back to Sheffield United, where there's a lot going on at the moment. I've got a lot of strong emotions, but we'll start with fixture news. We are playing Wolves and the fourth round. The fourth round wasn't a big team as such, but it was a local side. Another one to tick off the Yorkshire bingo card as we drew Barnsley. I think that only leaves Huddersfield and Sheffield Wednesday when it comes to Yorkshire sides that start above the Championship. So yeah, Wolves, as you may remember, were 6th place, 1 place behind us as we left things off. Wolves are still 6th, but we're first. I don't really know the exact chain of events that have led to us being top. You can see it's incredibly tight though. 49 points for us, 48 for Man City behind us, game in hand. Man United 46 points, Liverpool 46 points, game in hand. Chelsea 46 points, game in hand on us. So realistically, 3 of those 5 teams directly behind us could go ahead of us if they win that game in hand that they've got over us. There's enough lower-sided teams with games in hand that it could mean that they don't play each other, basically. So there's a good chance they will win those games in hand, whoever they may be against. But I'm not fully certain of how this has happened. I don't know how we've ended up top. All I remember is Wolves did beat Chelsea, which is the reason why Chelsea fell off top position. I believe Liverpool beat Man United at one stage, and I think Man United might have been City. I think they've been taking points off each other, which has allowed us to just sneak through. I've also noticed, and Eagle Eye viewers will have already seen it, Fellaini's back in the Premier League. I'll be honest, I didn't know till now. Bournemouth acquired Fellaini, because of course they did. You may have also noted Martial's surged up the scoring list. He's up to 15 goals. He's only 6 behind Dominic Calvert-Lewin now on 21. Yeah, he's still scoring. 24 in total, although not quite as prolific as he was before. Worth noting, last few games he's actually had 3 in 5 games since we last met. So it's not terrible. Scored twice against Bournemouth in a 4-2 victory there. They actually took the lead in that one. Collado, Calvert-Lewin twice, and Brewster saved our skin there. Helander, Brewster and Marcus Edwards dealt with the FA Cup third round tie with Stevenage. Curtis Jones and Collado. I've just called him Collado, probably Collado. Brighton 2-0. Efficient, straightforward. Aston Villa 3-0. Gagliardini with a great strike. Maddison with a penalty and Calvert-Lewin laid on. Sealed that one off. And just a 1-0 victory over Burnley. Turf Moor, always a tricky place to go. Always a tough side to break down. But Brewster did quite early on. And then they held on for a 1-0 loss, basically. So just probably tried to sneak an equaliser at some stage. But they never came for them. And we held on 1-0. 3 clean sheets in a row. Worth noting. Clean sheets have been few and far between. We are prone to just lapsing in judgment and conceding a goal at some point, no matter who the opposition is. You know, conceded 2 against Bournemouth, 1 against Watford very late on. You saw that one, as our defence just decided to not play football anymore. As those are the rest of the fixtures for today. There's one major tie, Liverpool versus Chelsea late on. And just before I run through the team sheet, I just want to say I'm quite angry with a few players because we could have had £100 million in our transfer budget if 3 players had left and gone to China. All 3 of them rejected the contracts. So I'm not sure if I'm mad at the players or if I'm mad at the Chinese clubs for not doing the Chinese thing of paying them way too much money. But Fleck could have gone for 23 million. Gagliardini could have gone for 35. That one I'm less mad about because he is one of our better players and actually playing. And Mousset could have gone for £42 million. £42 million for Lys Mousset. Yes, please. He's actually worth 38 million somehow, despite not really playing this year because of Calvert-Lewin. He's worth more than Calvert-Lewin. I don't understand it. But speaking of, he leads the line, of course, with Jones, Maddison and Collado behind him, Gagliardini and Norwood, Ruggeri, Badiashile, Egan, Kaysera and Xhaka in goal. It is still the transfer window, of course. They may leave at some point. Fleck is the weirdest one because Fleck asked to leave and then he rejected the contract from a Chinese club. Like, what more do you need, Fleck? Kaysera, worth knowing, his average rating for the year is 6.93 now, and considering he had a last 5 games of a 6.5 at one stage, good pickup there from him. We're first in the form list. Have we won 5 games in a row or something? So we're probably about to lose this one. So you'll basically see our first team in this first match and then a second string team in the next match. Barnsley have been relegated. Oh yeah, and one of those pre-match questions did ask something about Fofana. Fofana's injured. That's why he's not playing. He has become the regular alongside Badiashile. Adama Traore is just going to charge at the defence because that's what he does. That's what he's good at. He's still charging. Can't finish though. So one thing I do need to say is in regards to the skin, you may have noticed it has changed. I have popped on the old TCS skin. A little bit of familiarity from last year's game, because that's what I used last year. So in terms of the player pages and the club page actually this year is quite different for the TCS skin, but the player page is quite familiar. So it's nice having that back. It has come at the cost of losing the green circles on the team sheet, but I thought Gagliardini was about to smash another one in there, considering he only did that game before last, I think. I was expecting something from there, but the highlight does continue as Gagliardini picks up the ball again. Lovely dink across the junior who has popped a few assists in of late. And, well, it's that very same goal that's been scored time and time again recently. Junior Caicedo whips one across the box and finds Curtis Jones at the far post. Now, that is one of the specific instructions I have on my fullbacks, on their player instructions, is cross to the far post. So this thing is right in the instructions. 7th goal for Curtis Jones. I wouldn't be surprised if all of them were like from that situation. They have Fernandes in their midfield. I did have a suspicion it might have been the Spurs Fernandes. What happened to this lad? He was so well regarded. And now he's 2.5 star, might get to 3. Of course, he's Portuguese though, so fits the criteria. It's not exactly a prolific match. There's been 6 shots and one of them's gone in. The only one on target has gone in. I was thinking there was a very good chance that we don't really focus too much on the Barnsley match, just bringing the main highlights from the game. But considering nothing's happening in this one, you might get a little bit more Barnsley than you were intending to earlier. I was just expecting maybe a bit of transfer stuff in between, but no, apparently not. We're not getting anything here. I also don't know who to take off, because everyone is just playing decent, except for Calvert-Lewin, apparently. Addo Traore picks up the ball once more. Is Jimenez injured? Jimenez must be injured, because he didn't start the game and he's not come on either. Maddison, like they've moved Traore up front, which is a bold move with his, I think, 9 finishing. He's probably about to score though. Gagliardini on the ball though. We'll put a pin in that prediction for the time being as Calvert-Lewin might be about to do something. Maddison gets the ball and unleashes it towards the goal. I might have to bring Calvert-Lewin off here because I might get... Oh, Connor Cody scored. I don't know what Ruggeri's done in the last few minutes to drop from a decent rating to a 6.4. But Klassenak's going to come on along with Hendricks because Gagliardini was the first one to dip down into a red heart. Caicedo heads that one clear. No one there to pick it up, though, on the edge of the box. We are hounding them a little bit, and that was the highlight. Probably because I made changes or something. Am I going to get asked about why I haven't taken Calvert-Lewin off? Probably. I'm bringing on Ollie McBurney. It's a 1-1 away at Wolves. We were equally as average. The final graph here doesn't include one chance we had at the very end, seemingly. So we did fractionally edge the XG, but neither side really deserved to win that. Neither side deserved to have a goal, I don't think. Just lots of little chances. Bizarrely, though, we didn't lose top spot. Man United won their game. Man City lost. They were the ones that could have gone ahead of us with a win. Everyone else were 3 points behind. Of course, if any of these 3 behind us here win their game in hand, they will still leapfrog us. Oh, you know what the best part of selling Gagliardini would have been, though? Avoiding £1.7 million being sent to Inter Milan. Well, not the best part. The 35 million would have been the best part. Norwich are doing weirdly well. They've got 24 points, but they keep getting smashed by the big sides. They're at minus 23 goal difference. Like, the traditional big 6 just keep pumping them. Like 5-1 against Arsenal there is the lowest scoreline, I'm pretty certain, for Norwich losing. It's one of those kind of sides. Crucial win for Newcastle in the meantime gives them a chance of survival. So for this match against Barnsley, we are rotating quite heavily, but just to get caught up in the incident in the meanwhile, I am happy with Aaron Ramsdale because he's agreed to be a cup goalkeeper. KW was concerns about not playing, of course. And, well, back down, basically. Aaron, I like you now, but I'm incredibly annoyed with Ollie McBurney, who approached me for another new contract. You might remember, we went through this whole palaver 12 months ago. So, yeah, I'm putting him in the shop window because I'm not dealing with a player who's going to ask for a new contract every bloody year. Anyway, team for this, Ramsdale, Stevens, Helander, Vavro takes an appearance right now. Smith, Burge, Hendricks, Brewster, Edwards, Renier. Of course, he has a work permit now. And Mousset up front, who I have transfer listed because if people are interested in £42 million worth of Mousset, I figured I might as well try and cash in. Get him a game, showcase him off a little bit. Sander Burge back from injury, worth noting. And the Barnsley lineup actually recognise a fair few of those. By the time we played Barnsley with York, their side didn't much change, but bizarrely, actually, that a fair few of those players in that Barnsley lineup I remember from the Bradford save 2 years ago. We might be getting a penalty here quite early on. It's 9 minutes in a Yorkshire derby. I don't know why Barnsley have been allowed to play in red, but I guess their away kit isn't much better. Vavro will take the penalty because he has, I think, 15 penalty taking. Central defender Dennis Vavro steps up and hits the post. Well, you're not taking another one, Dennis. 15 penalty taking. I see they've not been changed in any hot fixes or anything like that. In-game penalties, like penalties within the 90 minutes of regulation play, seems so difficult to score for whatever reason, and then we'll score 20. Well, there'll be 21 scored in general in a penalty shootout. It's bizarre the difference between penalty shootout penalties and 90-minute penalties. Anyway, Smith with a throw. I've got to stop saying long throw because, well, they're not long throws anymore because long throws are basically useless. Did score one with Napoli on the stream save, but Sheffield United have been very, very difficult trying to get hold of them. That is, Mousset is on side there. Didn't feel like it, but must have been when it was headed on. So yeah, Smith smacks a defender, and then I'm not entirely certain what this player does here. I don't know what he thought he was achieving by doing that, and they are being punished incredibly well. I mean, that corner, marking the shot option, so they'll probably ignore it and put it into the box. Burge will gather. Stevens will pop it back across to Brewster. Brewster will find Edwards, and Edwards will lovely finish. Marcus Edwards playing centrally, of course. It's not even a full green circle position for him. It's a dark green circle. He's largely competent there. I just figured he hasn't played in a little while. I'll probably play Renier on the right, so Edwards can play centrally today. And well, he scored from there, so that's quite nice. And 33 minutes gone, there's another highlight. It's in their possession, but I'm just waiting for them to make a mistake. There it is. Vavro gets the possession. Helander. I just realised what I was going to say last match and then never got around to saying is, in regards to the skin, for some reason the dugout panel has vanished entirely on the TCS skin. I'll be honest, I'm not missing it. Very rarely was there anything useful that appeared on that dugout panel. It basically, the main thing for it is warning me of injuries, because they're a little bit hard to notice on the bar at the bottom. I'm still not used to looking at the bottom of the page for information, which is why I still have my own side on one of the panels. Yeah, things are going well. Keep it up, lads. Just keep going. Brewster with a pair of assists. Free kick whipped in, and Helander hit the bar. I couldn't see him in the throng of Barnsley players. Burgess Day is done for the time being. He has tired himself out quite nicely, got himself a little bit of match fitness there. Don't really feel the need to change anyone else because everyone else is second string anyway. So all I'm going to be doing is strengthening the side at this stage. For some reason we got 3 minutes of injury time before 90 minutes has even hit. Now we're in injury time. And that was it. That was the only highlight for the second half pretty much. Just managed the game out. Strictly speaking, because of the penalty, we should have scored maybe slightly more than 2 goals. But we did get the 2 goals. I'm happy with the performance as a whole. Just quick check. Wait, Man United acquired Zapata. All right, fair enough. Just checking any major slip-ups. Everton held. But no, that's about it. Everton being held seems to be the extent of the damage. I'll click through to the 5th round draw just to tie the episode off. I'm not sure where to bring you back, actually. I am considering, just due to personal circumstances, not going too far. I might do the Man United-Liverpool post-window ending, or although Man United's before the window closes. Do you know what the worst part of the Oli Bernie situation is the fact that he had the audacity to come to me for a contract saying I'm a much better player than I was when I signed the last one. No, you were a 3-star player then and you're still a 3-star player now. You have not increased any attribute as far as I can tell in 12 months. Here we are, we're at the draw now. There's a guaranteed League 1/Championship side in the sense that Oxford and Reading have a replay, and the same with Wickenham and Huddersfield. And Stoke and Derby are both Championship as well. So there's 3 guaranteed Championship sides at best, as we draw Newcastle immediately. Well, that was a bit anticlimactic. So what I might do next time out is, just because I need to possibly record in advance the next episodes or 2, I might end up doing Man United Liverpool straddle that transfer deadline day. I would have done Liverpool and Arsenal, but we just did Arsenal in the episode before this one, so probably won't do it in the next one. So Man United Liverpool straddle that transfer window deadline day. Too many words in that. Until next time, ta-ra.